Hey guys, welcome back to Input, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Siege Impactor! Okay guys, so as you can see, Impactor here is a beautiful rendition of his comic book counterpart from the Generation 1 UK comics. This guy looks awesome! He has quite a bit of paint on him to really help break up the details, but there's also quite a bit of plastic on him as well that helps to do the same thing. So as far as paint apps go, you get your Autobot logo here, right here, which I'll touch on that here in a second. So actually, I'll talk about it now. You get a purple Decepticon logo here, and purple Autobot logo there, and we all know what purple Autobot means. That's right. This is really Shattered Glass Impactor. Yeah, buddy. So, wait, but is it? That's the million-dollar question. Considering the fact that Hasbro released the Decepticon Impactor, and that's a villain version of Impactor, and now we've got a purple Autobot logo Impactor, which makes him a Shattered Glass Impactor. I'm thinking Impactor's really a bad guy. But anyway, that's a tangent for a whole nother time. So, all the purple paint apps and whatnot, there's not really a whole lot of them. I do have some suspect right here, up here on the gun is purple, which is obvious. But I do have some suspect, maybe the shoulders here might be painted purple as well. Kind of like what they did with the War for Cybertron Siege Sideswipe. He is red, but he's red plastic and then painted red over the red plastic. Not too sure why they did that, but it does give the figure more of a dynamic color. So I'm not 100% sure that this is paint. This could just be straight purple plastic, and if that is the case, then that's awesome. But this could also be purple painted plastic, or purple painted, or purple plastic painted purple. Jeez, I don't know why that's hard to say. So we also get the yellow paint apps here and on the legs, and then on the back, you don't really get a whole lot of paint apps or anything there. And you do get your battle damage right here along the treads. Doesn't really look like battle damage. It's probably maybe just paint damage. But I tend not to think that Transformers, if they were real, I don't think they would be painted. So, I don't know. The head is cast in a purple plastic and then painted yellow, and the eyes look to be, on camera, they are red. And then the face is painted silver as well. Now, the head sculpt, a lot of people might be watching this and saying, that's not Impactor. It is actually Impactor based on the UK Generation 1 comics. They did release a Impactor with the IDW head sculpt as well as part of a 3-pack for Amazon. So, you can get your Impactor however you want. Now, the cool thing is he does come with his little hook cannon thing that he's known for, and he does come with this standalone rifle, which is really cool, and either one can be plugged into the 5mm port up here in robot mode, because the hook has a little hand grip on it as well, so that can sit up there, because if you want Impactor to have two hands, just simply flip it out and rotate it just like that, and now Impactor has two hands. Articulation on this guy is pretty cool too. He does have some ankle tilt, which is really neat on how they were able to accomplish that. This is part of his transformation. So with Hasbro here as of late being really mindful of articulation. I'm pretty sure this is done on purpose. Normally when we get articulation like that in Transformers, it's due to a transformation joint. It's not really planned, but I really think in this case it was planned, 100%. Now, the chest is painted, or the chest is purple with the yellow painted. Now, yellow is really, really hard to paint over a darker color because the darker color wants to come through. And that's the case on why his head looks somewhat off shade of yellow. As same with the chest, is because that purple is wanting to show through. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. And as you can see right here, the yellow is the same paint. They didn't put enough here, enough yellow here or up here to really color match the yellow here. Although I think this might be supposed to be an orange color to kind of set up with the gun, or I don't know, it's just kind of a weird color choice. They also painted this part right here the same yellow, this little center crotch piece right here that's right underneath my finger. It's a different color. The color is coming up a little different on camera, so I'm pretty sure you guys can make that out and see that. And that's him in robot mode. Really cool figure. And one more thing, before we go to tank mode, if you want to, he's got reversible hands on both sides. So you can have Impactor wield his hook on either hand, which I think is a really cool touch. One thing I will say, however, this hand on my copy, well, I guess, yeah, it does. Never mind, I was going to say it doesn't stay put very well while it's in there, but it stays in there fine. I was able to play around with it just a little bit the other day when I picked him up and get it to spin fully out, and I'm not sure how I did. Well, you know what? Ignore that last bit. It's just, I think it is just my memory. I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm losing my mind. Now, the rifle also has a few ports on the side as well, so you can hook up some 5mm weapons right there as well on the side, and you can have him hold his gun kind of cattywampus if you want to. I guess not really. Well, you really can. You just got to work with it if you want him to have this really awkward look while holding his gun. So, I don't know who would display him like that. We all really hold our guns like this, more straight down. So, let's get him into tank mode and show off that mode. And here, guys, we got him in his vehicle tank mode, his alternate mode, whatever it is that you want to call it. There it is. And this tank looks awesome. I absolutely love how they were able to... The transformation to get to this alt mode is really ingenious. It's not really how you would expect it to be. There is a few clips and a few tucks that do kind of come out of nowhere. The turret still rotates because it is his waist that gives way. So you still have the waist articulation right here that allows for the turret to rotate. Now, what I find interesting isn't a knock on Omega Supreme, the new Omega Supreme or anything, but it fascinates me how they were able to get this turret to rotate, but not the turret on Omega Supreme's tank. Just a thought. He does roll pretty well. He does roll very, very well, as you can see here. He is a little top heavy, so that does tend to slow him down, but he does roll extremely well. The wheels right here are on the feet, respectively, what become the legs, and then the feet in robot mode. There really isn't a whole lot of robot mode visible in the figure, or in the tank mode here. There's not, like I said, a whole lot of robot mode seen. The head tucks away very well and is very well hidden. Right there. Kind of looks like a stripe or something right there. So I think it's pretty well hidden. The paint here is what really kind of shines through. You start to see the battle damage go up and down and all over. Now I do wish, however, these were painted silver or chromed or something to kind of give it a different look. Not necessarily the entire plastic piece, but just the turret itself. But maybe the plastic piece could have been painted in that same color yellow here to kind of finish out the look. But all in all, I'd say the tank mode is pretty cool. So it does have 5mm ports here, 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 and one up here to hold his gun. You can even still have the gun here in tank mode, his hook, if you wanted to. You could put it on the side in either one of these 5mm ports. There, 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 or up here. I do like to have it up here. It just makes more sense to me to be up there. I don't know why, it just does. But this is definitely a tank not to be messed with. He's got his, what will become his shoulder cannon here as a turret, his hand pistol hook thing here, and he's got his main turret. I mean, why would you mess with this? Now, the turret does go up just a little bit. It does cheat the transformation to pull it up there, but it could still rotate while it's up there. So if that's something that you want to pose him in this upward tank formation, you totally can. And then, like I said, it does cheat the transformation, and it does break the illusion, because you can start to see the thighs and whatnot there. But it's totally up to you. And that's what I love about this figure, is the articulation in both modes. It's really well done. I really honestly enjoy how this figure came out. From when they initially showed it to the final production, I think it came out really well. So, final thoughts on the figure. Yeah, grab him. He's awesome. If you find him, I found mine out in the wild. I was really surprised I did. I didn't realize Wave 4 had hit the shelves yet. So I was really, really surprised. But I found him, and I found all of Wave 4. Didn't pick up all of Wave 4, but I did find all of Wave 4. So it really surprised me. So these guys are on toy shelves right now. You can find them. You can get yours. I highly recommend this guy to any Transformers fan. This is the second time we have officially gotten an Impactor figure, and the first time we got him as his own mold. It's a hard recommend for me, just based on that alone. If you are a UK comic fan, a Generation 1 comic fan, grab this guy. It is amazing to finally have a representation of that version of the character. If you're an IDW fan, grab the Amazon one for the same reasons. If you're an Impactor fan, grab both of them. There's no real reason not to have this Impactor figure in your collection. There's really not. Even if he might be a bad guy from an alternate timeline that has no hope and no future, you might still be worth it to you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. This is my second review back with the new area. I hope you guys are digging the same background, just fabric instead of poster board. And as always, I will see you guys next round. So, be good to one another. Love all you guys. And I'll see you next time. So, as always, cut it out. Later.